In this section, we're going to cover understanding buying signals. And there are really two types. There's verbal buying signals and nonverbal buying signals. Verbal buying signals would be questions. While sitting down, possibly going through the discovery process with a customer, they start asking questions such as, do I have to use your modem service? I have my own modem, would that work? That right there is a signal that they are very interested, and they just want to know whether or not they can use their own modem. That's an excellent question. That's a buying signal right there. Or, so what was the price again? Can you give me the price again? Again, they're interested. They're asking questions. And when a customer starts asking questions about your service, it demonstrates that they have interest. Even if they say, well, you're kind of expensive. Okay, I'm expensive. Why do you feel that I'm expensive? What are you currently paying for now? Let's compare the services. Let's see what you're getting compared to this. That's still a buying signal because they're stating, hey, you're expensive. If you weren't so expensive, maybe I would buy. Maybe I'll still buy, but I want to know, why are you so expensive? Let's compare and see why we are so expensive. Questions from customers are oftentimes a very good thing. It shows that there's engagement. They're interested in the product and service that you're explaining to them. Oftentimes I've been with door-to-door reps in the field and they're like, oh, God, the guy asked like 20 questions. Good. The more questions he asks, the more interest he has. That's a good thing. That helps you close. You want to make sure you understand those questions that they're asking. If they say, yeah, I'd like to use my own modem, make a little mental check with that because later on you can actually use it. And like you mentioned before, sir, about using your own modem, you would be able to continuously use your own modem with this service, blah, blah, blah. It shows that you're listening to them. It's always good to write those questions down too, just to make sure. The one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to provide them an answer if we don't know it. It's actually okay not to have the answer. What it is a good thing to do is when they ask the question, if you don't know the answer, write it down and let them know, I will get back to you as soon as I find the answer. And the best thing you can do is try to find the answer immediately through your supervisor or manager and get back to them. Let them know. So it's okay when you hear those questions. Those are buying signals. Those are verbal buying signals. There are also nonverbal buying signals. These are little hints that people will do physically with their hands, their body language. And it's something that you need to be aware of because you can see this up front and it can help you determine whether or not that customer is engaged. If they're standing there with their arms crossed at their chest, oftentimes they're defensive. Maybe they don't have any credibility with you. They don't believe you. They think maybe you're being deceptive. And we want to find out why that is and see if we can reel them back in. If they start rubbing their eyes, consistently, again, they're frustrated. You see people rubbing their eyes consistently, it means they're frustrated. Again, they don't have any credibility or they have no interest in what you're saying and you've lost them. You want to make sure you get them back. Ask them questions. Is there something that you're confused about? And you'll get that. When people squint their eyes, they're usually confused or they're trying to process information. Identify that. Is there something that you don't understand, sir? May I, offer some insight into it? Maybe re-explain the situation, the product, the service? It's good to be engaged and have that dialogue with them. So you have to be aware of those signs. Rubbing a nose, it's a good thing. Rubbing a cheek or chin, it's a good thing. It means that they're thinking. They're trying to figure certain things out. They may be confused and need a little bit more information from you, but at least they're engaged in what you're asking. If their head's turned away, if they're sitting down and their hands behind their back and they're not making eye contact with you, really is a bad thing. Eye contact is good because that means they're interested. If they're leaning forward and they're looking at you and they're rubbing their hands, that's a good thing. It means they're trying to figure out certain things. Hey, can this go into my budget? Hey, this would be great. I wonder if it'll work with this. How soon can I get installed? They're trying to process that information. So it's a very good thing when you see certain signals. And it's a very bad thing when you see others. But it gives you the opportunity to identify whether it's a good or a negative buying signal and try to intervene. If it's good, that's great. It means they comprehend everything and you can start moving through that sales process. If it's bad and you see a lot of negative buying signals, through their body language, you want to actually make sure you confront them on that. Find out. It appears that you don't understand something, or it appears maybe I haven't explained myself to the best of my ability. What can I do to help you understand? Open that up, open that engagement, get them back in that process. If not, you're going to lose them. And if you lose them, you lose the sale.